Hello everyone. In my last video I have showcased one template where I was using Excel formula and was getting stock related prices. In this example we have from and to here in currencies and we are getting currency conversion rate, right? So basically both are similar and we can have other such templates here, and basically what happens behind the scene is we create a function which we are using here as formula, and in that function we are calling API with the parameters that we give here in columns B and C, for example, in this case, and then we are getting response in JSON or XML format, and we convert that response into our desired format. Alright, so we are going to see how we create a function which we can use it as formula here in Excel. Alright, so to create a function you just need to write function and then give name to your function, right? So I already have a function with name exchange rate, so I am creating exchange rate 2 to explain to you from scratch. Now you see here we have two parameters from and to, so that's why I here give two parameters here, a as string and b as string. Alright, so the function accepts two arguments and we see how we are utilizing these arguments. Now we need to call an API. For that we need to have a request, so I declare req as object, which would be my request object. I also need a URL which is endpoint for that request, so I call that as URL1, which is a string. Again I need a response. My response would be in string format. So now we put the endpoint here, right? So now we need API endpoint. So what I do is I'm using this open source API. You can see here in the URL we have, let's say, these for example, if I put INR to USD, so you can see the response you are getting here in this format. So in the first rates node you are getting currency rates, and also you have another argument which is base. So on that basis you are getting the currency converted. So if your base is USD, you will be getting rate for 1 USD converted to INR. Alright, so this is what we need to pass here, but we need to parameterize it based on the arguments we are passing to the function a and b. Alright, so we remove this hard-coded USD and INR currencies and just make it parameterized using string concatenation. So I'm replacing these USDs and INRs and putting A and B wherever applicable. Okay, so we have our URL ready. So before we create the request, let us check what URL it is creating. So what I'm doing is I'm using debug.print and URL1, and in the Excel I'm just calling that function to see what URL it prints. So in the immediate window you can see that it has created correct URL. Alright, so you can copy this URL and open in your browser and see whether you are getting right response or not. So if there is some issue in the URL, then probably you won't get the response correctly. So it is important that you make this string very carefully. Now since you are getting the response correctly, it is time to create the request here. So we are removing this statement which is debug.print because we do not want to write to console. Rather, we need to create the request. So set request equals, so create object. Now here we need to create an object of type msxml2 dot xml http, right? So this is what you need to create here, and then you need to put a with block with request, and inside that you need to tell it that I want to send a get request. So for that you need to use dot open and mention the type of request here, and you need to also give the argument which is your endpoint URL, and the second argument, the third argument is false. So once you have this request ready, you need to use dot send to hit that request, and the response that you'll be getting here, which would be saved in our variable response, which would be equal to request, which is req dot response text. Right, so once you get the response you can do dot abort and you can close this with block. Alright, so you have your response saved in response string, and now that string would be what you were seeing in the browser, that entire JSON. Now what you need to do is you need to extract the information, whatever you need as a response. Here we see right now if I run the formula, I am getting error. That means I am doing something wrong here in the request. So we were getting error because we were missing one T here in XML HTTP, and now if you run again, you would get that complete response here in this cell. Now you have the response here. All you need to do is you need to use some string manipulation functions to get your values extracted, and then do concatenation operations to get your data or get your response in that format. So I have written this function for my sake of simplicity, where I am extracting something using mid and in-string functions, and here I am going to use this function to just give me the value which I am looking for. So you see some pattern here. Here we were doing USD to INR, and USD is coming second, INR is coming first. Let us try this for other as well by dragging this formula. So if we have the same pattern, we can use one common approach, but the second one shows different, where we have Canadian currency first and then USD second, and we were using CAD to USD. So this is different. So what we need to focus on is we need to find value between the currency that we are targeting and comma based on this data we have, because comma comes between first and second value as well, and after second value as well. Okay, so I'm using this function which I have written. So I need to pass this response, and I need to pass on the currency which is in B, and I need to pass the second argument which is comma. So anything which is between currency and comma would be in this variable exchange rate. Okay, and then I'm making a response here that one, my first currency is A, so I'm concatenating it with A, and then hard-coded string equal with spaces, and then exchange rate which I have just extracted, and then I concatenate a space and then B, which is my second currency. Alright, so let us rerun this by just dragging the formula again. So we see here we approximately got a correct response, but there is one double quote and one semicolon, or not a semicolon but a colon here, which is extra for every response. So we can simply remove it. What we can do is we can use a replace function to do this replacement, and we will get the correct response. So instead of writing a separate line, what I am doing is I am replacing here itself that replace our double quote and a colon. Okay, so for double quote we need to put two quotes because it is surrounded by a double quote. So, and then after that a colon. Now if you refresh, you get the values in this format. So that's all. I hope this is clear to you, and you can use same approach for extracting data for stocks, but you need to find a open source or a paid API which give you data in this format, and then you can use string manipulation according to the data that it gives and get the data. Also, you can use this example for weather related information, or in fact any other kind of API where we need to hit a get request and get the response. There is also a post request, which is a request method that we have not covered yet, but I'll be coming up with an example of that as well very soon. So stay connected, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it, and you will be getting more such videos here.